Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. I'm Mike Morales here in sunny Southern California. That gentleman out there is...
I'm Bryce Taylor in Austin, Texas.
And you can see Bryce has a nice Zoom background because, you know, he's got that green screen working for him today. Because he doesn't have his own tequila. That's not real back then. Anyway, but this is real. We are going to dissect and taste and really enjoy this tequila. This is Curado. It's fairly new for the rest of the United States, but apparently it's been around Texas for a bit. You know, I would leave Texas right when you guys start getting all this stuff. You have any idea how tough it was for me to get stuff that was not in Texas? That all the state laws and getting stuff sent to you it's all very difficult.
Yeah, we still have some old liquor laws.
Yeah, and you have a mysterious fourth tier that I've only had one. I have a friend of mine who's a distributor in McAllen down south, and he's explained it to me, and I got it, and then I completely forgot it. So he's explained it to me, and I thought, oh, okay, that's where that fourth tier goes in. But anyway, regardless, it's nice that you guys are finally getting some top-notch stuff, because a lot of distillers who distill in Mexico have houses in Texas, some primarily San Antonio, maybe further south, further north. This one is an Infusion Curado, and it's infused with, I don't know if you can read that, it's Espadin. Okay. And I was telling Bryce off camera that at the time these were apparently they were more available in Europe first. And Bryce and I belong to a lot of the Facebook groups that people invite us to all the time, whether agave spirits or tequila. And for me, it's like, you know, in other countries, New Zealand, Australia, you know, South Africa, whoever has, you know, whatever country has one. But we lurk, at least I do. And when this came across a group in Facebook that totally Spanish, somebody posted this and said, what the hell, you know, why are they screwing with the denomination of origin, and why are they culturally appropriating the tequila and then mezcal and then pulque? Who is this heathen? Okay, and somebody said, oh, it's some tequilero named Tomas Estes. It was really abrasive, you know.
Yeah. And
they just, the whole thread was just up and down. And I go, what's the controversy? It's an infusion. What's the big deal? You know, so I didn't see what the controversy is, but everybody took it as an offense. And the reason I bring it up is because later on I'm going to read a passage of the POS material that they sent us, the nice sell sheet. But first things first, let's break the seal, let's break the puppy open, pour some. Ooh, that was nice.
Yeah.
We got a double pop on that one.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. I got mint. Oh my God. I'm going to pour mine in a Stasso Jarrito that I normally use for mezcal. It's got a wider mouth surface. These are at 80 proof. This is simply an infused tequila. It is 100% blue agave. It is a symbolically a symbol of friendship between, you know, tequila and the other agave growing regions. And so it's infused, and
so it's unaged. So all the colors coming from that infusion, the seeped, you know, agaves.
And these are cooked agave. They're not infusing it with raw, because that would be a pain in the neck and it'd be mess it all up.
Right, and it's after the Blanco is made. So in the stainless steel tanks, they're seeping them.
Wow, I'm getting some really thick tears on this one, thicker than what we got in the first one we did was infused with blue agave. So that's in fact, I think I convinced Bryce that it would be a really great tool to have to demonstrate what blue agave smells like and tastes like for people who have never been to a distillery.
Yeah, that baked agave smell and taste.
Jeez, look how thick the tears are, man. Wow.
Yeah, this one actually seems denser. Like the tears are almost thicker.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Wow, nice string of pearls. I'm impressed. This looks like this is reacting like a mezcal. You know, too, Bryce, for as pale color as it is, it's actually quite bright. It's got a nice luminescence to it.
Yeah, it does.
So on the when I corked it and smell the bottle, not even the cork, I got some mint right at the very top, a hint of mint. I'm not sure I'm going to get it now, but
Just a little bit. There's a little like it's a top, it's kind of thin layer. Something's a little cooler.
you know, this is Bryce likes to stay in his own lane, so we're trying to open his palate up to like more mezcals, and not that he hasn't had them. It's just that, you know, there's so much he's concentrating on the tequila side of it. So when you have them, there might be some notes that he may not be getting. I'm getting a lot brighter, greener notes on this one that I normally get on the Espadin would sometimes, depending on who's making it and where it's coming from and the hand of the maker, you get a little bit more bright, fruity notes than the denser notes that we got with the blue agave that we got the first time. The blue agave is dense nose on that one.
Yeah.
This one's brighter to me.
I agree. Yeah.
Good amount of alcohol. You want that, a little bit of alcohol, just bringing it up to your nose.
You still get the like the baked agave, but you're right. There's that little more green, a little more vegetal note.
This even smells like fun. This smells like fun. You know, it's kind of, it's because the first one was heavy. It was dense. You know, it was. Here I am. This is what I smell like. This is what I taste like. You know,
It was really warm and spicy.
Yeah, it was
a little more effervescent, I guess.
Yeah, this one's exactly. Now, see, this one just on the nose, I would probably stick it in a cocktail. I would do the maybe the Paloma. I would do a ranch water. Wouldn't a ranch water be really good? Just on the nose.
Oh yeah, because ranch waters aren't my favorite because they're not flavorful enough for me. So I think this would do well because it would give it that extra depth of flavor.
Yep, I think so. So yes, I will say that is on the nose, it's much more reminiscent of an Espadin, but underneath it, there's still that blue agave. It's unmistakable. It's there.
Right.
It's like a good medley. Honestly, this is nice. It's not clashing. It's a nice dovetail.
Yeah, just from the nose, I'm assuming that the taster is going to fall right in line, that they're going to marry very well.
Well, let's try it. Let's go to the wedding, okay?
Yeah.
Oh my. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, you first. I know we could go on for half an hour, man. Just on that one swallow.
So I'm totally getting what I think you were smelling, those green notes.
Yes.
It's a different spiciness, but yeah, that greenness is definitely coming out. And it's really nice. It is more on that refreshing side, like a mint would be. Yeah, it's really good.
Wow. I'm gonna be honest, and I've had in one of our other tastings a couple of years back, we had mezquila, which is supposedly mezcal blended with tequila, and it was not good. I'm not a fan of the mezquila. The original version was now they're making a blanco, but that's just blanco tequila. That one, I said every sip, it was like clashing. It was not like you said, it wasn't a marriage together. This one, I even got the notes of I've got like minerality. I want to say wet cement. And that's got to come either from the Espadin itself or from the Blanco. The Blanco is not used, it's not a Taona, it's shredded, the blue agave. So where am I getting those minerality notes is what I'm wondering, because there was a depth in there, but it was a nice layered depth. It wasn't a clash.
Yeah. Now I'm experiencing what you are, and it's got to come from that. It's got to come from the Espadin.
It has to,
because it didn't present itself in Azul.
No,
but it's good, but yeah, it's right on profile. They don't compete. But yeah, it's really good.
this is like one of those ensembles, or I call them medleys when you get two plants together. An ensemble for me is three, but some people call ensembles twos or threes. This is really beautiful. This is, and it's 80 proof, but it's reacting. It's got more of a mezcal kind of character to it. It's deeper. It's I
get that mouth tingle that I do in mezcals.
Yeah.
And it helps also that viscous, the flavor is nice and long.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. You know what I feel too, Bryson? I don't know if you agree with me or not, but I'm thinking that the Espadin is bringing out some more characteristics of the blue agave. I'm getting almost a hint of anise. It's not pronounced like it is with some Blanco tequilas where they're made really old fashioned with a Taona and stuff. But right. this one kind of, there's this thing in the back of my palate, in the back of my tongue, to the sides, where it's very reminiscent of an anise, very light, but it's there.
Yeah, I think so. I think in the Azul, when I was getting that kind of that baking spice, that warmness, I think this is kind of pulling that out and getting into that anise note.
And you know what else too, Bryce? Is it coating your palate nicely?
Oh yeah.
There's a thickness, it's doing what it's supposed to do. I mean, it's obvious it doesn't have, there's no additives in it. It's just all plant and skill. And it's really a nice coating on the palate too.
Yeah, I mean, I can still taste it, long after, which I really prefer.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Do you do cigars at all?
Occasionally, yeah, I do like a few a year, so not a lot.
Yeah, I'm lucky if I get one day a month to do a cigar. Although I do have a humidor. This is enough character to be able to pair with a cigar, I think, in my opinion. This, if you were using it straight. Now, $64,000 question: would we put this in a cocktail? I mean, we already said ranch water, but
yeah, I think so. Or even like it's got the spiciness there to even like a Mexican mule, ginger beer with lime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, whereas the blue Azul, the blue agave infused, was very one-sided, this is what it is, and made a statement. It's very bold. This one has a bit more complexity to it, and I was expecting that. I was. I just didn't know how like you said, the marriage was going to be, whether they were going to walk down the aisle or they're going to punch each other out.
Yeah.
No.
And both could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, pal, but I'm over 2.
Yeah.
It's not fun, man.
I got you. Yeah.
Wow, you have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
That's the first time he caught me completely off guard. Holy cow. I don't expect that from you.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to say about that? Oh, we got a price point on this finally, or
Yeah, so depending on your market, of course, but it's hitting right there in that $55 range, which very respectable because mezcals are going to be more expensive, and this puts it right in line with a quality Blanco.
I'm getting now as I go. This is only my first pour, and most often you don't really need a lot when you're using a Stasso Jarrito. I'm getting the as I go down this pour and just have a little bit of residue on my palate. I'm getting more of the anise. It's coming back, and I think that's coming from the palate being coated more and more with every pass. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Let's just go brand of promise nominee in the infusion. This is such a different category. And those Facebook groups, you can stop arguing now, okay? Because it's just an ensemble, it's just a medley, it's an infusion. It happens. Get over it.
And go learn what Tomas did for the tequila industry.
Yeah, Tomas.
Yeah.
And we should probably pause here, the moment of silence for Tomas, because it's been a year since he's passed now. I think this month we're actually recording this in April, but by the time you see this, it might be July, folks. So what? I spent a lot of when he passed. There was so much outpouring of just history and friendship with Tomas. Some people had more time with him than I did. I spent 20 minutes with him once at an event, and I'm gonna have to write an article, a column about that. And within those 20 minutes, people have been, they talk about how he changed people's lives by being who he was. Did you ever meet him, by the way?
I didn't know. I went to La Alteña, once, and he wasn't there, but he, lived in Europe at the time. So
okay.
I didn't get to meet him. No.
Yeah, I was lucky enough. I was invited to an event in LA when I was living here previously, about 8-9 years ago, probably longer than that. And I had no idea who he was going to be there. I knew that they were going to serve ocho, and I had not had it up until that point. And so somebody handed me a glass of ocho and said, "Have you met Tomas?" I said, "No." It's a friend of mine brought me in, introduced me. He knew who I was, which was scary. And I knew from other friends, one particular lady that I know that I had worked with for a PBS pilot that never premiered. He was her he was her teacher in high school, because he was a teacher and a wrestling coach. And she said at the time, all the girls followed him around. And I said, what is it about wrestling coaches that get all the girls go bananas for wrestling coaches? So anyway, and I mentioned that to him in my conversation. He goes, "Oh yeah." It's just, he laughed but in the 20 minutes I spent, he really just touches you. It touched me. And I'll never forget that little exchange that we had. And I'll write more about that. But when he passed, he was such a gentle soul, you know what I mean? And yet with a very powerful message. And it comes through with this project. This was I guess a way to spiritually, I guess, unify different agave growing regions and areas, to say that we're not competitors, we're actually all one big family. And the way to do that is to use the plants the right way. So this is just gorgeous. Does it tell you who grew this, the Espadin? I think it does, doesn't it?
It does. Abel Gayan Martinez.
Yep. Abel Galan Martinez in the Central Valley of Oaxaca. He is the grower, and they give him props on the label. That's very cool. I mean, there's some nice little detail on this. By the way, my lot here says 7/7/2020. So this is a July pandemic vintage. Okay.
Hmm.
And the way they do the infusion while it's resting in a stainless steel tank, they teabag it. I mean, they put the Espadin in the tank, and then they watch it for a few hours because I guess it doesn't take very long, depending on the amount of agave they're using in the cotton bag.
Yeah, apparently imparts, I guess, a lot of that flavor quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is, I think,
Just kind of surprising. I mean,
well, yeah, but the quality of the Blanco,
right.
that's the reason why you're getting the infusions you're getting. Because I can imagine that if they waited longer than the few hours that they waited, it would be way too much.
Yeah.
Or it would be completely a different flavor profile and character that they're not looking for.
It goes too far.
They've gone too far.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's exciting. Yeah.
This is great. And it's coming out of Nome 1474, which is
Los Alambiques, which is Carlos's new distillery. So also they're producing Ocho there, which, makes sense. It's another collaboration with the Estes family and the Vanguards as well.
Yes, this is, I want to thank Dan Butler, who made this happen from Vanguard. Apparently it's getting ready to roll out throughout the United States, but Europe has had it for a while because that's where I've seen it. And again, this is the spirit animal. They're called alebrijes. That's plural, and I'm not sure. They're kind of fantastical animals. This one looks a little bit like a jaguar with wings and a tiger tail. So yeah. They're kind of fun. But like I said, it looks like he's standing on that dome, on that mountain or volcano, however it looks. Very well done. Congratulations to those guys. Yeah. You really should pick each one of these up. We're going to go do one more expression. I'm kind of excited about that one because it's been a while since I've had this particular plant in a long time as a mezcal. Anything else do we need to say about this one, Bryce?
No, I mean, same thing I said on the last one. It just shows me what an infusion, can be. So, if you haven't given infusions a chance, I would say this is the line to do it with.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good. I used to say that some brands of mezcals are really good, like a Crayola crayon starter kit. Where you get all the basic colors. This is where you would get all the basic, the basic colors, and they don't clash. There's not a clash on this one. I'm very happy with that because my past experience has not been good with mezquila. Yeah. But this is really refined. It's beautiful. It's as good as any ensemble I've had. So anyway, that's our take on Curado. This is the one with the Espadin, infused with Espadin. Stick with us. We have one more expression to go, and it's going to be a tougher plant. It's a Priata. And it's been a while since I've had that one. So stick with us. I'm Mike Morales here in Southern California. That gentleman out there is
Bryce Taylor in Austin, Texas.
Follow Bryce at Austin Tequila Connoisseurs. If you have not done so, you must. Okay, that's an order. Follow us as well. That's another order on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're everywhere. Obviously, YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube or listening on Spotify, hey, download all the podcasts and stick with us because when we come back, this one's going to put us through our paces. I'm Mike Morales. Thanks for watching. Whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.